Good morning, everyone, and I hope everyone had a restful fall break. In today's issue of Tuesday Morning News, I'd like to share 4 quick updates for you. The first update will be on the computers. As you know, we've ordered 3 computers for our parent resource rooms. You will also be, and they should be here this week or next week, and you will also be receiving 6 of these Title I tags. This says property of Title I. You will need to put one of these on the bottom of your computer, the CPU, and you'll also need to tag this and put it onto the top of your monitor. Ask your media specialist how to put the current desktop computers that you have into surplus and send them to the warehouse. They will not be coming back here to Title I. Most of them can no longer be updated, so we're going to replace those for you. Hope you guys are all happy about that. The second thing that I would like to talk to you about is the Parent Engagement Conference. There will be an email that's going to go out to the principals in the next day or two to let them know that they can send up to 3 people, the parent facilitator, who is a parent, and an academic coach. The cost is about $665 with registration and hotel. We will be registering you here at the Title I office, so I simply just need an email of who is attending and their position. So you can say, Natalie Hutchins is attending, Title I parent, and I'm at Skyview Elementary. Nice and simple. The next thing about that is ensure that you have all of your documentation ready to go, the FS 125 and I think FS 119s are all ready to go. So here is the information about the Family Engagement Conference. Again, it is February the 4th through the 6th. We are going to go for the early registration, so I have to know who all from your campus will be going by October the 2nd. Just send me the names of the staff members and the parent who is going to go, and we're going to register your 3 people on October the 2nd so that we can get the early registration, which is, you can see, about $120 or so cheaper than the normal registration. If you go through the link, the great thing now is that the conference packet is there and the hotels are there, so you can go ahead and make your own hotel decision. You will notice that the registration form is not open. I believe that that registration form will open on October the 1st. So if you can get that information to us as soon as possible, we'll register everyone at one time on October the 2nd. Again, your principals and your bookkeeper will be getting this information in just a couple of days. Okay, the next 2 items are located on your September checklist. One of those items is about conference week documentation. You will have your parent, your local school policy, your local school compact, your Title I designation letter, and you will also be receiving the district policy. So there are 4 documents you're going to need. You are going to need to have for conference week. If you're elementary and middle school, conference week, you will need to have your school level policy, your school level compact, your Title I designation letter, and you're going to have the Cobb County District policy letter that you will have ready for each of your students ready for conference week. What I would suggest is that you give your teacher a packet for each of for each student in their classroom. So if your teachers have 30, 31, 32 students in a classroom, that you make a package for each one of your teachers to give out during conference week. Here is the letter that you are going to be required to put on letterhead, and we've made all the changes, so this is now in the help desk. I'll also attach it to an email for you, and you're going to take off the words draft, put it on your school letterhead. It says the school year 2015-16, and you're going to take this off. It says sample cover letter for parent involvement policy and ECS waiver. You're going to take that off. Put the date, 2-day month, 2-day year, and the 4-day year. 2-day month, 2-day day, and 4-day year. I'll actually make that change right here. Whoops. There you go. Sorry, I should have 4 dates. Dear parent or guardian, we believe in your child's involvement with your child's education is essential to their academic and future success. You will enter your school's name here and here. Attached is a copy of our school-wide parent involvement policy and Title I designation letter. And you'll have to have all of these documents. So they are going to check here that they've received each one of those documents. Again, that needs to be the 4-day year, the parent's signature, child's name. So you will keep this part, and this letter will be with all the other documents. I do want to let you know that the district right now is working on the district parent involvement policy. So I'm actually having this sent off to the printers this week. Keep your eyes open. I will send you an email. It'll probably be cutting it pretty close to when conference week starts. It takes them a couple of weeks to make that letter and run it off, and these will be delivered to the parent facilitators to go with this packet. For those of you that are in high school, I understand that you don't have conference week. We are asking you to please hand these out during advisement, and I will send some separate guidance for our 3 high schools on how to collect this information over the next couple of months. I'm applying for an extension so that we can get the most parents possible to sign this out as well. Okay, so that is the receiver letter. The receiver letter is not, or the cover letter, is not a part of your October checklist for the compact and the policy. You can put it in the other space. So on the there says an other. If you'll write that down in the last space, this is where we'll find that information. Many of you have already sent in your compacts, and I'm trying to work through getting each one of those approved for you. Here's an example of the brochure for Clarkdale. And as you can see, this one is one of theirs for 5th grade success. And so the elementary, just remember that you're going to need one of these per grade level. It has all of the required information there. And the middle and high schools are going to be turning theirs into me by their most at-risk content area. So if you have questions, just use the help desk, and I'll be there to answer those for you. But they're coming in, so thank you so very much for helping us meet those deadlines. One other item that was on the September checklist was the PIC 101 meeting. And the PIC 101 meeting is for new parent facilitators that are generally hired after April of each year. There were only 160 or so spaces for the entire state of Georgia. So many of our parent facilitators weren't able to attend. And what we will be doing next week on our live Tuesday talk is we will be working our way through the Title I Parent Involvement Expenditures, a case study for success. This activity is about 15 or 20 minutes, and it'll be our primary focus for our Tuesday talk next week. What I would like for you to do is I'm going to attach this to the help desk and to the email that I'll be sending you. If you will please print all of the pages. There are lots of mistakes in this particular activity. I would like for you to find at least 5 mistakes to share with the group when we meet during our Tuesday talks. And we will actually work through this activity so that we can talk about what kind of things are allowable on our activities plans, what kind of things are not allowable. If you have suggestions or want to talk about your activities plans with your group and share things that you do with that. And it'll also go over the allowable expenses. So I would like you to please just print out this worksheet. It's about 6 pages long, and it has a pretend school on it. And this looks similar to the budget sheets that you all have now. It's kind of in reverse, but it'll say what you're buying, what category, how much you're spending, and it tells us who you are and what you're doing. So Section 8 is the background. You're going to be reviewing a school's proposed parent involvement spending plan. And these are the spending plans that you all send to me and to the Title I office for review. And it is your responsibility to ensure that everything is complete. And I want to kind of walk you through our process of actually approving the activities. So it says the title school parent involvement allocations are $11,000. Woo, that's a lot of money. So once you find out how much your school allocation is, you are going to be responsible for, with your administrator, requesting a variety of information. So I just want you to print this out, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, and there are probably about 15 mistakes. So I'm going to ask if you could at least find 5 mistakes, and just write next to each one whether or not you think it is allowable or not allowable. What do you think is allowable and what do you think is not allowable? All the descriptions of the things that they're asking. So your challenge is to just read through it and say what's allowable and what's not, and then have this printed out. And you, after we meet for our next Tuesday talk, you'll be able to put this into your envelope to meet the requirement of the PIC 101 meeting for the year. So I'm glad that a couple of our parent facilitators were able to attend, but the information was so good, we just wanted to share it with everyone. Okay, so that's it for this edition of Tuesday Morning News. Just 4 quick things. Ensure that you put the Title I sticker onto the computers when you receive them. Make sure that you send us the names for the registration for the Parent Engagement Conference. Look out for the district level policies that you'll receive sometime before Conference Week. And make sure you have enough of those cover letters or receiver letters for each one of your students for Conference Week, and print out the case study for parent involvement, and we are going to go over that on next Tuesday. I hope you guys have an enjoyable week. If you need me, contact the help desk.